Let's make sure we don't have lipstick on the teeth, shall we? And I did. Beautiful. Okay. All right. Hello, my loves. Welcome back to my channel. Okay, so today, as I was refreshing my braids and in an attempt to get more videos up for you guys, I am going to show you how I refresh my braids. I do this about once every week to 2 weeks, depending on how bad it gets. I'm also going to show you how I keep from having itchy braids and stuff. Like, my braids never itch, and I keep them in roughly, I don't know, it just depends. Literally, I can't tell you an exact time because I've kept them in for weeks, I've kept them in for months without having any type of itching on the scalp or excess dandruff. We'll get into it. First things first though, if you have not subscribed, girl, hit that subscribe button so I can see you back here again. Please and thank you. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into this video. Hello there. Okay, so here we go. Now, you see, I'm going to be showing you guys using these 3 braids right here. The edges look just horrible. Everything is BB'd up and just kind of, it's a ton of new growth and unraveling, and I'm not ready to take them out yet. That brings me to things that you will need. You will need bobby pins, any type. I can only find super long ones here in Sri Lanka, but they work just as well as the short ones, as long as they're not those super cheapy ones that just bend and let go of the hair. Next up, you will need gel, a non-flaking gel. One of the main keys to keeping braids for a long period of time is a gel that does not flake. The one that I love, especially when I'm in the US, for all you ladies who can get your hands on it, is the Ampro style black gel. Oh, y'all, that's my holy grail. I love it so much, but here in Sri Lanka, I cannot find it. So what I have found that is actually amazing, it's called Essence Olive's Styling Moist Hydra Hair. I have no idea what is in it. It doesn't do any of the crumbliness. It does dry super fast. So if you are in Asia and you're a woman of color, you're looking to braid your hair, this is a perfect gel, but the consistency is amazing of it, but it does dry super fast. So let me show you guys. I'm going to show you with this one first and we'll move our way up. What I do is I have the gel, I smooth it a little bit throughout my fingers. I run those fingers down the hair right quick and with the hair just so it can get its gloss and shine back. Next, I take the last bit of gel that's in my hand and run it on all sides of the hair, smoothing it down toward the braid. So I'm gonna do that again. I just take just the tiniest bit because I don't want any globs or clumps or any excess product. So I smooth it down toward the braid. There we go. And then I just take my finger and twist. Twist, twist, twist. There's no way to re-braid it or relock it, anything like that. So I twist it until it is completely and totally smooth. There's no tangles in it. There's no clumps. There's no dryness at all. The whole thing should not be wet. It definitely shouldn't be wet. It should just be slightly damp with the gel, because the one thing about having natural hair with this, and I do my braids by myself, if you went to a salon you probably might not have to worry about it, but my hair, while it's in braids, it likes to try to revert back and we cannot have that. So, and what that means by revert back is it tries to like puff up whenever too much hydration and moisture hits it. So we're gonna do it one more time. A little bit of gel, smooth it down the hair, make sure not too much, take the rest to smooth down all sides. You want it to get its gloss and shine back, and the refresh, you don't want to give too much hydration, and we'll get into why in just a second. So as I smooth it down, I just start to twist, smooth and twist, and we are good to go. I put the bobby pin in, and usually I would do this at nighttime, but lighting is not so great at nighttime. So this will usually set in overnight, but it'll just set for today as I run and do my errands and stuff. And I still have some gel that hasn't set yet, so I just smooth down those edges. Don't need any additional gel. Okay, so now my braids are completely done and refreshed, and they feel so good. I am not one for like the baby hairs and edges and stuff, so I just slick my edges back. one of the things that used to be annoying for me about my braids was itching, and I could never figure out why I had so much. Like my braids, I used to just feel like scratching my scalp out, and I would try sulfur 8, I would try all the stuff on the market that you can find in the hair supply stores that gets rid of that says it gets rid of the itching. But I wanted to know what is causing the itch. I don't want to just throw something on it that's gonna last for maybe a day or two that I have to just keep rebuying. And what I found out after doing a bunch of research, the itch is caused, or the itching in your hair is caused by water, literally excess water that goes in and builds up inside the braids and at your scalp at the base of the braids, and that causes the water that sits there causes bacteria growth and fungus growth, and that's what causes the itching. The way to cancel out any type of itching with your braids is, especially when you do it at home, because I do mine, I've always only done my braids myself, and the way that I keep my braids from itching, that keeps them in for months with no problems whatsoever, is whenever I wash my hair before I put my braids in. I wash my hair probably a day before. Definitely the day before I do my braids, I wash my hair. Sometimes I blow dry it, sometimes I band it. Whichever way I do, I want to make sure, or you want to make sure also, that your hair is completely dry. It takes a little bit more to braid it, but you know for sure there will be no itch. And then also I make sure that I'm not using products that have a ton of water content in it. The higher water content there is, the more like fungus and mold and all that stuff, gels that flake, everything that's not meant for a long-term use, is gonna cause all of that to happen. So what I do after I've washed my hair, conditioned it, usually before I put any braids in, I'll either use coconut oil or almond oil. And what I do is just rub it in my hands and rub it through my hair. And what that does is just release out any extra water or anything that might be in my hair. And after I finish that off, I always use a cream styler first. I'll either use a cream styler or a cream and gel styler mix. Anyway, main thing that you're gonna want is a cream styling product that has minimal water to it. Like this is the Vatika Dandruff Guard, as well as a gel that you trust that doesn't have a lot of water to it, like the Ampro Styler gel, and no water whatsoever. Twist it up, lock it up, do whatever you want to it after that point. And then whenever you finish that whole process, you're gonna wanna make sure that whenever you sweat, because sweat happens, workout happens. The more you work out and stuff, the more likely you're gonna need to keep up with your wash schedule of your braids. If you work out a ton and you sweat in your scalp a lot, make sure that you are following up with washing your hair once a week. And that's a whole nother thing that we can totally get into, how I wash my braids and everything like that. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this little video. Thanks for hanging out with me for a little bit. I will see you soon. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.